Hey guys, so I've just brought me ute into the workshop now. There's a pit in here that I'm hopefully going to get up under there and be able to... The job today is replacing this old muffler exhaust system to a 3-inch PPG stainless turbo-backed full system. It's going to have the high flow cat in it and a resonator as well, so I probably won't be able to film much of it because it's just me in here. I might be able to give you a brief sound of what it sounds like. So this is the original, obviously. And then I'll show you that afterwards sound maybe a bit better with someone else to help me. But yeah, I'm just going to get stuck into it. Got to take all the old stuff off from underneath and then obviously put the new one up under there as well. So I think the most part I can just lie on the ground and get that stuff, but there's a part that goes up to the turbo that's going to be hard to get to in there. So I figured if I've got a pit, I might as well use it and see how we go. Alright, so this is what you call a pit. If you don't already know, it's a hole in the ground. This one is full of water a little bit. Anyway, we're going to start. I know it sucks I'm not going to be able to show you actually doing it, but I'm going to start by undoing all of the, there's a joint up here with a couple of bolts, and then I've sprayed them all with CRC already, and then this one here is the next one, and I'm going to start at the rear end of the vehicle and work my way up, just undoing that, and then the tricky part is getting up. That one there is okay to get to. It's the next step where it joins onto the turbo. Don't know if you can see. There's 3 bolts up there that are going to be tricky to get to, but we will get to them. We will get there. Yeah, I mean, I'll pick the camera up every now and again to show you what I'm up to, but I know it sucks that you can't actually watch me getting this all done. But it is what it is. Actually undoing all those joins with a rattle gun, they came all apart actually really easily. Now the next step is to try and get the exhaust off these hangers. For some reason I think I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with that. They've got a sort of riveted, a bulged out head on one side, so I've got to push that back through the rubber. Might start at the back and take it off piece by piece. Yeah, I'll let you know how I go with that, but I think it's going to be a bit more of a challenge than undoing those bolts. These little things were reasonably easy to get off. They just kind of pulled off. I gave them a little bit of a squirt with some soapy water helped. Well, team, I got there in the end. I don't know if you can see down there, if it'll focus down there. There's one of the pillars there, and there's another one just at the end of my finger there. Managed to get those 2 off from the top and underneath. I wish this job on no one. Underneath there was this one that looks actually reasonably easy to get to. I need to focus that bottom pillar there. Find something to point to it. That one there was a pain in the ass. It looks easy. It's the most open to the world. I'll show you what had happened. There's a 12mm, and that's what I had left to work with. So by the skin of its teeth, managed to get that out. That is a pain. I've been at this for 2 hours, and yeah, I only just finally got it off now. And I'm going to go to town and get some new ones of these. So I think, yeah, they don't send. There's the kit of all the new stuff they give you, and there is none of these nuts for the back of the turbo. So then this here goes on, and then yeah, 3 new ones of these will go on. But I can't do anything more today because I don't have any of these. So yeah, so that's the part that came off there. I'm pretty sure that little guy has to go back on because it looks like it's touching some sort of sensors or something. up in there. See those little, might be to stop any electrical build-up or something. I actually have no idea, but I think, see, it's touching on 3 of those, so I don't know. I'll have a talk to a guy in town and see what he thinks. But I think I'll put that back on there, and then that then the new gasket will go after that. So yeah, my God, I hope you know what you're in for if you're going to have a go at this. So that's the old catalytic converter section. If we jump outside, and here's the last bit of the exhaust muffler. There's the new first bit. So on that, that comes straight out of the turbo here. The last bit I just took off, that I just showed you, is like a section this big, but this is one big section with a high flow cat and what have you on there. So we'll get that all installed hopefully tomorrow when I get some new nuts for the back of the turbo. Not quite sure what these are for, some sort of sensors maybe, but I have nothing stock to plug into there, so I'll find out. This is, yeah, PBD 3-inch turbo back exhaust, stainless steel. Next day, and I've got some new nuts to put back onto where this came off, the back of the turbo. So I had a question about the this is the gasket that is in between the turbo and the first piece of exhaust, which is that. And I had some questions regarding the tabs on the edges there. And as far as I know, they're unimportant because that's the original one, and this is the one that came in the kit. And as you can see, there's no tabs on there. It does all line up, the holes and everything. But I've rang Toyota, I've rang various different exhaust shops that do this. You know, their job is replacing exhausts and stuff. So I have done everything I can and rang everyone, and they all seem to think, don't worry about those little tabs, they're nothing too important. So we're just going to go now work on getting the new system in, and yeah, putting it all back together. Again, jumping back under here, and I'll let you know once I'm doing that. Part by part, I'll show you each little section I get done. As I say, it's hard to film too much of it actually being done because I need both hands, but yeah, I'll keep you in the loop. Here, the new section, and it didn't come with these rubber things, so we're using these from the old system, and they're just going to slide on there with a bit of difficulty. I can't do it one-handed, but then I'll hang that up, bolt that up to the back of the turbo, and yeah, that's going to be the trickiest part, I think. And then yeah, just work back from that way. I've just tried to fit this up, and there's a little tab, just this bit here interferes with something underneath. I'll show you it when I put it back up. Just going to get an angle grinder and just lop a tiny bit off there, just so we've got that clearance for that bolt to go through. The part that I've just modified to fit, if you can see it, that bolt there. Where are we? This bolt here, yeah, where it mounts the turbos up there, and this is the first bolt that mounts it to this part, and it was interfering here. It would hit that, so I chopped a bit off that, and then this fold carried on round over the top as well, and that meant you couldn't get a socket on there. And I could have done it up with a spanner, but the type of torque you need on that is higher than what you should be using an open spanner for. So I've cut that lip off as well, which is kind of annoying because that was structural to help that you know, be nice and strong, but there's nothing else I could do, so I've chopped that off, and then now you can get a socket on there to do that bolt back up. Yeah, and then I should just be able to get up there somehow and put the nuts on the back of the exhaust, and then yeah, just put that up onto, there's a mount up here which I haven't yet done, but that should just slide over there and then on to the next bit. As you can see, I've fitted this first bit with the flex joint there, the catalytic converter up there, and then you can see those nuts up there that bolt onto the back of the turbo. They're the hard ones to get at. So there's two on the top, and then one down underneath. You can get the two from the top, the two on the top from, if you open up the bonnet. So there's one, you can probably just see it there. That is, oh, where are we? Just in there, that shiny bolt. That's hard to get to, so yeah, just take your time, and you can get to it with a ring spanner. And then I've just tightened that bolt up, that one there, done that one up, and then put that little rubber holder on there, and then now we're ready for our next part. Part to go in, so the second part, working from the front to the back, is just a straight pipe, and there's no instructions have come with this, so you just kind of guess that hanger matches up with that. Oh, where are we? That hanger there. And then after that we'll put what they call the resonator, so that's got no hangers, and then following that is the last bit, which is still on the back of the ute, but it's got two hangers that are going to hang from there. So it's just common sense to work out what goes where and on what, you know, how rotated to put it, and then just mate it up to this with a gasket in between. I'm using high temperature what do you call it? Thread locker. I don't think you're ever going to need really thread locker on exhaust parts, but it's always good to put it on everything that you do up, because I've never had trouble undoing exhaust bolts, but better to be safe than sorry, so I always add just a drop of thread locker onto everything that I'm doing. And yes, I'll track that up, and then I'll just do all of these bolts up finger tight until everything's in and settled and in position, and then I'll go through and tighten everything up after that. Guys, if you're getting one of these and planning to do it yourself, just be prepared that not everything is as perfect as you would like it to be. For example, trying to do these bolts up here, I don't know if you can see up there, but that's a flange nut that they give you, and as soon as you try and tighten that down, it's going to hit the weld and want to punch it out. And I get that they have to weld this as an airtight seal, but man, they're a pain in the ass to get these on. There is bugger all clearance in between the pipe itself and that flange. They could have easily just gone down a size of nut or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just letting you know that it's not easy, and that might be just me doing it a difficult way or whatever, but you know, I'd expect them to seat flat, but we'll see when we tighten them up. But I think that they're gonna hit that. See that weld in there? They're gonna hit that and want to bend and curve and do all things. Not that that's a problem. All it needs to do is just be tight to hold that gasket in there. It'll be fine. But it's just, yeah, it's not ideal. And the way I've got it is the bolt goes in this end and then the flange nut on that side. Just because I watched another video and the guy said, for any reason, if something hits that, it's better for it to hit that side of the bolt rather than muck up your threads on the end of it. I don't think there's going to be much of a thread hanging out of there anyway though, but that's the way I'm doing it. So anyway, I've got that straight pipe in. Next is the resonator. So I'll put that up next, and then dummy fit the actual end bit, the exhaust bit. So yeah. So I've got it all in finger tight now together. Maybe I was being a bit dramatic with the welds. They all seem to touch that weld a little bit, but I mean the rest of them were much easier than this one to get in, to get the bolts all lining up and stuff. So that's that. It all fits in as it should. Yeah. So we'll just go through now and hand tighten them with a socket, or maybe chuck the gun on it, but I think I want to know, you know, feel how tight to go. But other than that, she's all go. And I'm finally all done, all tightened up. Ended up using the rattle gun because it was much easier just to flick them on. All looks pretty nice, all fits well, solid, everything lines up how it should, lines up perfectly with the hangers. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with it in the end. Things are a little tight here and there, but got there in the end. Took a while. It took probably, it took me like 3 or 4 hours, including trying to get that first nut off. other than that, everything else is pretty smooth going. All the rest of it back here is easy. It's just, you know, line it up and put the bolts and gaskets in, but yeah, just when you've not got much room to work up the front there, it gets pretty awkward and funny angles and things don't go to plan. But yeah, no, I'll turn it on for you. And I can just jump up here. Sounds like a truck. Sounds how it should.